One of the things I've been talking about since I started playing No Man's Sky is how much the Worlds Update Part 1 got me excited to play. And we're going to start playing here in a couple of minutes. We got the game loaded up. I'm on the loading screen right now. But before we get going, I did want to talk about um, the aspect of this game now with Worlds Part 1, the update that just went live, versus the game that went before. And I started playing about 3 days, I think about 3 days before Worlds Update 1 went live for Game Pass on the Xbox. So I've got some footage we're going to look at this morning, directly comparing the game as it was then compared to what it is now in terms of just the look on my starter planet. Now we've explored quite a few other planets in the stream so far, and we've seen some really cool. Everything looks much better. We've seen some really cool bodies of water. We've seen some really cool new VFX with the skyboxes and the volumetric clouds and everything they've done there with that tech. The luminescence on some of these planets, especially on my starter planet when it gets to be nightfall, is really cool. There's new creatures. There's all this new stuff. Um, Amy says I'm on the verge of trying this. I think you totally should. I'm a little biased because I have Game Pass Ultimate, so it was included in my Game Pass subscription, and I could play on PC or the Xbox, and my save file is fully transferable between both because I have Game Pass. It's a little different if you're paying on Steam or the PlayStation 5, but it's still a great game. I just mentioned that as an aside to understand in terms of what platform you're going to be playing it on. I don't think it's very expensive if you go buy it. I don't know the price point though because again I'm playing on Game Pass, but it's a lot of fun. Whether you're playing single player or multiplayer, I think it's a lot of fun. But let's talk about this a little bit. I want to jump into the game here in a minute. I've got over here. Um, we've got this window open, and I think I can show this. I got to see if I got it configured right now because I've never done this with this particular setup on the new. Hang on, it's this window right here. But we gotta hang on. It's freaking out. It's like, what did you just try to move? This window right here. Hang on, why did it targeting that? Let's just show my ineptitude with. Oh, because it's locked. That's why. My ineptitude with technology sometimes. It's going to get me in trouble one of these days. So we're going to take a look at this because over here, as I get it loaded up, we have this video, which is from one of my streams a while back. We were playing, and what I want to pay attention to here is we're going to mute the audio on this. And what I want to pay attention to is look at the ground environments in this video that we're about to look at, and because then we're going to log in and we're going to take a look at what it looks like once we've logged into the new game, to the World's Part 1 update. So this is my planet then, right? Just look at mostly we're paying attention to the grass, the textures, all this stuff, because this is what the game looked like a week ago, before the World's Part 1 update. And it doesn't look bad. It's, they've added stuff over the years to the game and generally improved upon the way the game looks and plays. Definitely has its stylized art, and you could it looks like No Man's Sky. Like, this looks like the game that everyone has seen over the last 8 years of gameplay, right? And it doesn't look bad, but you can see the textures and we could see not a lot of grass variety. The crystals are there. There's animals in the background. It definitely looks like that 70s sci-fi cover art type stuff. But it's kind of, compared to the new stuff, it's very bland. It's very lackluster. It just looks like brown and green with some spots of colors in here for the plants, right? That's what the game looked like a week ago. And then they came along with the World's Part 1 update. What's up, Commander Wolf? Which is what we're going to go take a look at now. We're actually going to go log into that and take a look at what that looks like, because it looks like a completely different game. So you've seen that. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way here. And we're going to close this down. And we have a game which has some time in it. We're going to load in. And now we can take a look at that same planet. But we're going to take a look at what it looks like in the current version of the game, Worlds Part 1. Commander Wolf says, thanks for making these videos. It's what's convinced my dad to start playing. Awesome. Glad to hear it. By the way, I can shrink myself down so we don't have to stare at my big head the whole time. Alright, so we've shown up here on the anomaly. We're going to hop out. We're going to run over to the portal. And we're going to head over to my starter planet. And we're going to take a look at what it looks like now. Because this is honestly what got me interested into this game, was when I saw the update coming and I said, you're actually putting this much time and effort into making an 8-year-old game look this much better. I need to start paying attention to No Man's Sky, because companies who do this tend to be companies that you want to pay attention to, and their products tend to be really good products. It is so much different now. So we're about to go see how much different, because we're going to go back to that same planet we just saw. We're going to go back there, and we're going to take a look at this place. It's not jokingly, you know, it's night and day difference. It's incredible. And the game didn't look bad before. It just looks a lot more vibrant now, especially with like the water and the new VFX and clouds. Like, there's been some storms that have come through and on planets that I've been on, and it's been absolutely breathtaking to take a look at. All right. Oh, we're even here at sort of like a nighttime. This is the same planet, everybody. Same exact planet. But look at the difference in the way it looks now compared to the way it looked before. So, this is, to me, this was mind-blowing. And then, now this is daytime, or nighttime, sorry. We could obviously turn off our lamp and get a better feel for some of the luminescence at play here. You can see the sky. Now, obviously, it's a lot more colorful at nighttime because we're dealing with the shifting light patterns and everything else. But look how it folds into the distance. It's just kind of rolling waves of light and luminescence across the tops of the plants. And during the daytime, it looks completely different too. Everything glows. You know, we've got a lot more color. Look at the pulsing of those like mushroom-like plants over there. It's so cool. Someone's saying that in photo mode you can adjust all the lighting, including the sun position. I haven't even gotten to photo mode yet. All right, so we're going into daytime now. So take a look at the difference between what this planet looks like now compared to the daytime in the previous video that we showed you, where it's sort of all, you know, you had the greens and browns, but it very much looked like an older style game. This, we've got a lot more color density now, a lot more vibrance to everything. We're obviously in one type of biome right now, so we could go up and find other biomes if we wanted to explore around a bit. And I haven't found any huge bodies of water on my planet yet. But just this alone, the difference is Worlds Update Part 1, Worlds Part 1. I always forget exactly what it's called. The difference in the look and feel of this compared to what it was like a week ago is just astounding to me. I don't see very many games that come back and re-engineer their tech the way they've done with this. World of Warcraft springs to mind with what they did with their game over the years. They've done a good job of keeping it up to date. You know, that's probably an exception to the rule. Let's go ahead and head up here. Looks like a rainbow over there. Oh, we do have. I've never even flown over here. There's water over here, so we can totally take a look at the new water. By the way, I had no idea. I've never come over in this direction. I had no idea that there was. I've always explored off in the other directions. You can land on water now if you want to, and the water is so intense with what it does with storms now So you get these crazy reactions. Look at that. We're going to slow it down here. The water before was just flat. And now we've got actual wave patterns to it. And it's a non-windy day. There's no storms going on right now here. So we get a very, very relaxed view of the water. But the tides change and everything with the storms and the way that the water goes down when there's huge waves and everything else. It's really cool. The tech that they showed in the trailer for the new water system made me go, oh my God. And then when I've actually seen it in game now, it's pretty mind-boggling what it's doing. And then when I was doing the video that launched this morning, the Starfield versus No Man's Sky video, we were talking about this last night as well. Ocean. You can build ocean bases and ocean stations that go deep down into the ocean. And I'm just like, what? And ships can land on the ocean now. You have to have, like, I guess, mods or special ships to do that. Like, this ship can't land on the water. But I think it's really cool that you can do that now. Let's go ahead and go into third person mode because I'm terrified of getting too close to the water. There it is. Look at the. I don't want to crash. I'm trying to be very careful, guys, but you can see the that right there, the wake pattern of my ship when I get close to the water. This reminds me a lot. For those of you who played Anthem, the water physics in Anthem were really amazing when you got your suit down close to the water. Just really cool stuff here. And I'm terrified to get too close because I don't want to accidentally wreck my ship. I don't know if you can wreck your ship into water, but I don't want to risk it. But I just wanted to show that that was an option for people and to show like what they've done with these new physics. It's very impressive to see a company putting attention to detail into a game like this 8 years after the fact, which also goes to show you what's coming down the pipeline with what they're building with Light No Fire, which previously I was sort of interested in keeping an eye on Light No Fire, and now that I've been playing No Man's Sky for the past week or so, Light No Sky is going to be like Light No Sky. Jesus, it's early, guys. I need more coffee. Now that I'm playing No Man's Sky for a week, Light No Fire has gone from being a game that I'm just going to keep an eye on to a game that I am 100% playing and will be going deep into once we get. I don't anticipate it being a release this year. I would say next year at the earliest. What's really interesting to me is this is everything they did with Worlds Part 1, and they have a Part 2 coming later this year where they're bringing even more of the new tech into No Man's Sky. So, for my money's worth, and I talked about this the other day, I made a video called should you play No Man's Sky in 2024, something like that, or is it worth playing for new players? Yeah, I'm a new player and I'm sort of like overwhelmed with what's here already, and the fact that they're actively updating it with stuff as I play is just like mind-blowing. So that's my take on it. We're going to cut this out as its own video, so for those of you watching this after the fact, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams here and on Twitch at 11 a.m. Central Time, just about every day.